Welcome back to the lecture series on hybrid electrical vehicle. In continue with this, in the last video we had discussed about the what is hybrid and electrical vehicle and what are the components in it. So today in this video we're going to discuss about how we can classify the hybrid vehicle and what are the components and the working principle of different kind of hybrid and electrical vehicle, right? So in general, the hybrid electrical has been classified based on three subcategory, right? On the first, it has been classified based on the power flow path, right? In the hybrid electrical vehicle we are using two power sources. One is IC engine, second one is electrical drives, right? So based on the power flow path from engine to driven wheel, it has been classified into three type. One is mechanical power transmission path and electrical power transmission path, and combination of both mechanical as well as electrical transmission path, right? The second thing is so the hybrid electrical vehicle is further classified based on the location of based on the arrangement or based on the architecture of engine as well as electrical drive. So it has been classified like series, parallel, and parallel. So next, the third one is further the hybrid electrical vehicle is classified into three types based on the hybridization. So such as mild hybridization, middle hybridization, as well as fully hybridization, right? So in this video, we're going to discuss about one by one what is mechanical power transmission path and electrical, and what is series, what is parallel. So what are the components in it and how it's work, right? So let me start with first type. So initially, the hybrid electrical vehicle is classified based on the power flow path, right? There are two power sources. One is IC engine, second one is electrical drive. So both the cases keep on. Both the cases which help to propel the vehicle, and it is keep on changing the power transfer to the vehicle to propel the car, right? As I said in the last video, the electrical drives are more efficient compared to internal combustion engine at a lower speed, right? So initially the vehicle is propelled with the help of electrical drive, and then it is switched to the internal combustion engine, right? So the whole process, the switching process, will be controlled by means of a controller. So when you drive the vehicle, you just keep on varying the speed, as well as say for example, if there will be any signal, you just stop down the vehicle and then you have to move. So you can keep on changing the mode of the driving, right? So whole the process will be controlled with the help of ECU, and then the power will be transferred to the power plant. We can say engine is a power plant as well as electrical drive is a power plant, right? So during the different operating condition, the power will be transferred from power plant to the driven wheel, right? So based on the power flow path through the different devices, it has been classified into three type. One is mechanical power transmission path, and second one is electrical power transmission path, and then a combination of both the power transmission path, right? So what is mechanical power transmission path, right? So in this case, during the vehicle operation, the power will be transferred through the mechanical linkages, right? Say for example, from this image you can understand that. So the internal combustion engine produces the power with the consuming the fuel. We can get the mechanical power output. So this power output which is created by the internal combustion engine is transferred to the driven wheel, right? So through the mechanical linkages, through transmission and coupling devices. So during the power transmission, it will be happen through the mechanical linkages. It is known as mechanical power transmission path, right? So second one is electrical power transmission path. So the electrical power transmission path is nothing but the hybrid electrical vehicle. It will be propelled, or it will be operated. It will be propelled with the help of electrical motor, right? So in this case, So the power will be transferred, you can see from the image. Initially the power will be transferred through the battery energy storage device to electrical motor, and then the power will be transferred to the wheel through the coupling devices, right? So during this operation the power will be transferred through the electrical linkages like battery, electrical motor, and then wheel. So it is called as electrical power transmission path. And the third one is, when you need to operate the vehicle at a higher speed or cruising speed, so the vehicle is propel combination of both IC engine as well as electrical drive, right? So at the time the power will be transferred to the driven wheel, so combination of both electrical linkages as well as mechanical linkages. So this kind of operation is called as combination of mechanical power transmission path as well as electrical power transmission path. You just keep in your mind. So in this case the hybrid electrical vehicle is classified based on the power transmission, path of power transmission from the power plant to the driven wheel, right? So next, again, sorry, yeah, so this is a combination of both mechanical as well as electrical power transmission path. Here you have an internal combustion engine, and then the internal combustion engine which is help to driven the vehicle, right? So by using internal combustion we can drive the vehicle. At the same time it helps to recharge the battery, right? In the first case, the power will be transferred from internal combustion engine to transmission and the coupling devices to the driven wheel. In the second case, the internal combustion engine is used to recharge the battery. The internal combustion engine we can use to recharge the battery through the electrical generator, and then these these power sources which is stored in the DC motor, and then it is transferred to the electrical motor to propel the vehicle, right? In the first case, you can see the top of the image, the power will be transferred to the driven wheel through the mechanical transmission. In the bottom, you can see the power will be transferred to the driven wheel through the electrical linkages. So combination of both mechanical as well as electrical power flow path. And next one is, the hybrid electrical vehicle is further classified based on the hybridization. So hybridization is nothing but how far or how intensity we can use the electrical components to propel the vehicle, right? So based on that we can classify the hybrid electrical vehicle into three types. One is mild or micro hybridization, second one is middle hybridization, and the third one is fully hybridization, right? So we just discuss one by one. The first case is micro hybridization. So in the micro hybridization we are using a small motor which is coupled with the internal combustion engine, and also we are using a small capacity of the battery, right? When you're going for a mild hybridization, the vehicle is propelled when it is in idling, right? Say for example, when you are using conventional internal combustion engine, so at idling condition or slow speed conditions, it consumes more amount of fuel as well as it produces more pollutions, right? So so to avoid those issues in the existing internal combustion engine, we're just going for micro hybrid. So in this case, so when you have a ideal at a traffic condition or a signal condition, when you have an ideal, at the time the engine is switch off, and the engine is switched off, and then it will be driven by means of electrical motor, right? So and then if you are press the accelerator after the signal turned on to green, the signal is turned on to the green, so that again the engine is going to be propelled by means of electrical motor, right? So it is helpful in the city conditions. In the cities we have a lot of traffics as well as signals, so that in this case we can use micro hybridization. So with the help of micro hybridization, we can increase the vehicle mileage as well as we can reduce the pollutions. And the second thing is medium hybridization. The medium hybridization, this kind of vehicle having a much higher capacity of battery, as well as they are having a high efficient motor also, right? So the medium hybridization, whereas the vehicle is propelled by means of electrical drive at a medium speed, right? Say for example, when you operate the vehicle at maximum of 40 km per hour, we can operate the vehicle with the help of DC motor, and then it is switched to the internal combustion engine, right? So for the minimum speed range, we can use the electrical drive for this kind of automobiles. So that it is called as medium hybridization, right? The medium hybridization also having a regenerative braking. The regenerative braking is mechanisms to recharge the battery during the braking conditions. And here we can use 144 to 158 volts of battery. It is much higher capacity compared to a micro hybrid, right? Next one is fully hybridization. The fully hybridization is nothing but we have a separate circuits for electrical motor, and then we have separate circuits for internal combustion engine. We can drive the vehicle with the help of electrical drive at a different condition. So you can operate the vehicle at a lower speed, or you can operate the vehicle at a ideal speed, or you can operate the vehicle at a higher speed with the help of electrical drives, so that it is called as fully hybridization. Right here you can use the huge size of battery, 200 to 300 volts of battery we can use in the fully hybridization. The reason is so we can have a lot of option to use the electrical drives, so it needs a high capacity of battery. And again, so one more classifications. So the hybrid electrical vehicle is also classified into three types based on the location of structure of electrical drive as well as IC engine, right? The first method is series hybrid vehicle. So from this graph you can see the hybrid vehicle having battery, inverter, gasoline engine, generator, motor, and then driven wheel. The power will be transferred through the gear mechanisms, right? The use of battery is to store the current, and the use of inverter is it helps to regulate the current flow from the battery and to the battery, right? And also the regulator or inverter is help to convert the mode of current, right? It can be convert AC to DC as well as DC to AC, depends upon the needs, right? Series hybrid vehicle is nothing but here we can use two power sources, IC engine as well as electrical drives. But in this case, the IC engine is used to recharge the battery alone, right? It helps to recharge the battery with the help of generator, but it doesn't help to propel the vehicle, right? So the generator is coupled with the and the IC engine is coupled with the generator. So if you want to recharge the battery, you can just switch over to the IC engine, and then we can generate the electricity from the generator to recharge the battery, right? Say for example, if you are using AC generator, the inverter is help to convert AC to DC and to store in the battery, right? And then after complete recharge the battery, we can drive the vehicle with the help of electrical motor, where the power will be transferred from battery through the inverter, and then it reaches the electrical motor, right? So in this case, the inverter is keep on regulating current flow from battery to the electrical motor, depends upon the driver needs. Say for example, if you want to accelerate your vehicle, the more amount of power will be transferred to the motor through the inverter, right? So at the same time, the inverter is keep on regulating the current flow. So to make it to prevent the damage of electrical drives from the current fluctuations, right? So it's one of the method of hybrid electrical vehicle. Second one is parallel hybrid vehicle. Here also you have same components. But the only thing is, only different is, in the parallel hybrid vehicle, the vehicle has two power sources, engine as well as battery. So in this case, the battery is used to propel the vehicle alone, right? It doesn't help to recharge the battery. So it is the only difference between series and parallel. So from this diagram you can see there are two power source, engine and engine as well as battery. When you're so at the initial condition, the vehicle will be propelled by means of motor, right? Electrical motor. At the case, the power will be transferred from battery to motor and then transmission, and then it reaches the driven wheel, right? And then so when you operate the vehicle at a higher speed, at the time the controller is switched to the internal combustion engine, whereas the power will be transferred to the driven wheel through engine, clutch, transmission, drive shaft as well as differential. So these are the power flow path. Here the transmission as well as clutch plays a major role, right? So clutch is a device, it helps to engage and disengage the engine with the transmission, and the use of transmission is it's keep on changing the speed torque ratios, right? For every engine, it's maybe a internal combustion engine or hybrid vehicle. At the initial condition, we need high initial torque to move the vehicle or to propel the vehicle, right? So to change the speed torque ratio, it will be effectively done with the help of a transmission, right? Just to repeat again, in the parallel hybrid vehicle, the vehicle has two power sources, both engine as well as battery. But in this case, the engine is used to propel the vehicle alone. It doesn't used to reach at the battery, right? It's a common difference between series and parallel hybrid vehicle. And third, very important is its combination of series and parallel hybrid vehicle. So this kind of vehicle is in most of the automobile industries design a vehicle like this. It's commonly series and parallel hybrid vehicle. So from this diagram you can see so the same components which is available in the others too. The only thing is, the only additional component is power splitter. The power splitter which is placed near to the internal combustion engine, right? In the series parallel hybrid vehicle, we can propel the vehicle with the help of both the internal combustion engine as well as electrical motor. At the same time, the internal combustion engine is helped to recharge the battery, right? Whereas here we can have one important component is that is a power splitter device. So the power splitter device, it helps to divide the power, right? And divide the power which is generated by the internal combustion engine. So whereas the one portion of or one part of the power is transferred to the generator. You can see, you can understand from the video, understand from the image. From the power speed, one end is connected to the generator, another end is connected to the gear mechanisms, right? So the one portion of the power is transferred to the generator to generate the power to recharge the battery. At the same time, another portion of the power is transferred to the driven wheel to propel the vehicle. So whereas we can propel the vehicle with the help of motor also, right? So the whole process is being controlled by the controller, and it is more efficient. It is more efficient compared to other kind of electrical drives, right? It having lesser fuel consumption, and then it produces lesser pollutions, and we can operate the vehicle with a higher torque as well as higher speed, because we have two power sources. During cruising, we can use both the power sources to propel the vehicle. You just try to imagine, when you have using two power sources, we can drive the vehicle with the extreme speed. So these are some advantages of series parallel hybrid vehicle mechanisms. So these are some mode of operations. So in the first one is purely electric. The power will be transferred to the battery and to the motor through the power regulator to the, and reaches the driven wheel, right? In the second one is hybrid assisted electric. We can operate the engine with the help of both engine as well as battery. And the third one is battery charging. The engine, the one portion of the engine, as we discussed in the series parallel hybrid vehicle, the one portion of the engine power source is transferred to the driven wheel to propel the vehicle, and second remaining part of the power is transferred to the battery to recharge the transfer to the generator to recharge the battery. And the last one is regenerative braking. Regenerative braking is available for both electrical as well as hybrid electrical vehicle, right? So the regenerative braking is nothing but it can generate the power, it can generate the electrical power when you apply the brake, right? So when you apply the brake, the kinetic energy of the wheel is converted into electrical energy with the help of a generator. So these produced electrical power is used to recharge the battery. So these are the some mode of operations of hybrid electrical vehicle. These are some important advantage of hybrid electrical vehicle. We can save the fuel and then low pollutions, reduce noise pollutions also, and low maintenance. And when compared with internal combustion engines, it have a lesser moving parts, so that it have required a minimum maintenance and safe to drive. At the same time, it has some drawbacks also. It has a high cost, initial cost, and it will possibly have a take explosions, right? It having some important exploring components like battery and generator and other electronic components. Maybe have some accident. If you had some accident, it may be possible to have an explosion, right? And then third drawback is sometime they have a be pretty ugly. So in this case, in the hybrid electrical vehicle, we have a number of electronic components. It's need more maintenance compared to other kind of vehicles, right? And then parts can be very expensive to repair, right? So if say for example, we need to change the battery 5 years once, right? So we have to spend more money to replace the battery, and also we have to change the electronic components also. So when compared with IC engine, it have a more expensive to have a repair, right? And then slower than the petrol powered car. you know when compared with the internal combustion engine, is have a lesser speed, but it have created higher torque, right? So the speed is, when compared with the internal combustion engine, the motor produces lesser speed. It is one of the major drawback of hybrid electrical vehicle. So I just wind up class right over here. We will meet in the next video. Thank you.